The National Police of Colombia is the National Police Force of Colombia. Although the National Police is not part of the military forces of Colombia, it constitutes along with them the public force, and is also controlled by the Ministry of Defense. Unlike many nations which use a tiered system of law enforcement, the National Police is the only civilian police force in Colombia. The force's official functions are to protect the Colombian nation, enforce the law by constitutional mandate, maintain and guarantee the necessary conditions for public freedoms and rights, and to ensure peaceful cohabitation among the population. During the second half of the 19th century, Colombia went through many political changes and struggles to define itself as a nation. Tensions between the two main political parties, the Colombian Liberal Party and the Colombian Conservative Party, escalated to numerous civil wars trying to establish a political system between federalism or centralism and other major differences. The National Police of Colombia was established by Law 90 of 1888 to be under government orders and as a dependency of the then Ministry of Government, intended to function as a gendarmerie for Bogotá. The new institution was planned to be a force of 300 gendarmes divided into 3 companies, commanded by a captain, 2 lieutenants and a second lieutenant, all commanded by 2 high-ranking officers. On October 23, 1890, Acting President Carlos Holguin Mallarino sanctioned into law the authorization to hire any qualified trainers from either the United States or Europe to organize and train the newly established National Police. The Colombian officials selected a French commissioner named Jean-Marie Marcelin Guilibert. The institution was formally established by Decree 1000 of November 5, 1891. The initial mission of the National Police was to preserve public tranquility, protecting people and public and private properties. By constitutional law, the institution had to enforce and guarantee the rights of the people, the Constitution and its laws, and obey their authority. Its function also included the authority to take action to prevent crimes and prosecute and arrest lawbreakers. The National Police was intended to recognize no privileges or distinctions among the general population. The only exception was for international treaties established in the Constitution that gave immunity to members of diplomatic missions. President Roberto Urdaneta Arbeláez, Oficial de Transportes. 1957 1st Motorcycle Squad. 1953 1st Emergency Vehicle Ford. March 1952 Class Cadetes Carlos Holguin. 1951 Escuela General Santander. Centinela magazine from Class Cadetes Carlos Holguin. 1951 After a civil war broke out in 1895 during the presidency of Rafael Núñez, the president went absent and Miguel Antonio Caro took over office temporarily. Caro declared a general state of emergency in which authority over the National Police was transferred to the Ministry of War on January 21, 1896, and its members received the same privileges as military personnel. When aged President Manuel Antonio Sanclemente was replaced by Vice President José Manuel Marroquín, who assumed the presidency, the National Police was restructured and organized in a military manner. It was then transferred back to the Ministry of Government to guarantee the security of Bogotá. The National Police was divided into 7 districts to cover the entire city. A mutual fund called Caja de Gratificación was set up to pay benefits to service members, financed by the penalties imposed to the civilian population. By 1899, the National Police had a force of 944 agents divided into 8 divisions. When the most intense of the civil wars broke out, known as the Thousand Days War, the National Police was once again assigned to the Ministry of War until September 6, 1901. Under the Decree 1380 of September 16, 1902, the National Police created the Presidential Palace Honor Guard Corps with the name Guardia Civil de la Ciudad de Bogotá. During the presidency of Rafael Reyes, the government authorized by Decree 743 of 1904 the transfer of the police to the Ministry of War, with the president micromanaging the institution. By authorization of Law 43, the Judicial Commissary of Police was established under the dependency of the General Command of the National Police to investigate crimes within its jurisdiction. From 1906 to 1909, the government created a cloned institution with similar functions to the National Police named the National Gendarmerie Corps, intended to function decentralized from the National Police Command and more militarized regime, managed by the Ministry of War. When General George Holgan suppressed the National Gendarmerie Corps, the province governors were given the authority to organize police services at their own will. Law 14, signed on November 4, 1915, defined the national police functions to preserve public tranquility in Bogota and any other place where